presented like that. The dope is fantasy football podcast. Ay, this is what you need. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Talking strategies and more. Ay, helping you to win. From player rankings, waiver pickups, and more. TDS Blitz, keep it entertaining for sure. Let's go.
What up, everybody? It's your boy TDS Taco here for another fantasy football breakdown. What I'm doing today is I'm be hitting over some of these inactive actives. I'll answer any questions anybody has, and I'm gonna be doing my FanDuel little lineup. Last week we did pretty good, but every week, as we normally do, I'll do a lineup for you here. I'll show you what I'm looking at. You tell me what you're looking at. And if you have any questions at any point in time, feel free to drop them in the comments section. I'm here to help you guys out. That's why I do this. But at the end of the day, we're all fantasy footballers, so we all got something rolling. So with that being said, one of the first things that we know about today is Calvin Ridley not being there. I think Calvin Ridley not being there is great news for Cordell Patterson rosters. I think if you have Pitts, you got to start him with confidence. I think this makes Patterson and Pitts more interesting in DFS, considering everything that we know. And I think that's going to be something that's very interesting. Also, we see here Jamal Williams is inactive, which means to me Swift is set up for RB1 potential today, and Swift might be a value in daily. So that's something that I'm definitely going to be checking for and getting. So we're going to pull that up here. We got our boy Dave, Chargers bye week. wait. Who y'all playing this week? Because I don't have two Chargers in my lineup. I got Keenan Allen, Mike Williams rolling this week. Who y'all playing? Let's take a look. New England. Oof. You know, I really hope you guys beat New England. I'm almost debating taking you guys in Survivor, just for the mere fact that New England, they're suspect. Like, the Jets suck, but they're suspect. Their offense hasn't been that great. Although Mac Jones is hitting at I want to say like 70% completion on his passes. So he's performing well. You can't even question them moving him to start over Cam Newton, but I don't know. I hope that the Chargers are able to beat them. For Survivor this week, I'm rolling with the Chiefs over the Giants. So let's hope the Chiefs get their head on straight, because this could be really, really bad, really fast. So that's going to be something else that I'm watching. All right. So these games, are they covering the 8? Okay, so we're going till 4. 1 and 4. King Henry is right there. It's damn hard not to take King Henry anywhere. Austin Eckler, I heard he's going to be playing this week, even though he was listed as questionable on that initial lineup. Jamar Chase has been on fucking fire. I had him last week in both of the matchups I had, and that's how I hit money. Like, he was a beast. They have only beat they've only beat the Texans and the Jets. Yeah, but that game that they played versus the Cowboys really showed me something, and their defense isn't something to mess with per se, but their offense is anemic. Like, they could barely score. So it's kind of rough for me to like them. Well, with the news that we got about whatchamacallit, with Jamal Williams out, I'm playing Swift everywhere. Like, this to me screams Swift week. Let's see. Henderson versus Houston's interesting, but Henderson didn't have a good game last week, if I remember correctly. He had 7.9. He had 15 rushes for 45 yards and 3 catches for 19 yards, no touchdowns, which is a little bit weird considering they were facing Detroit. So I did think that they would have a better opportunity to score. But I digress. I look at Henderson Jr., and if I have money, I might roll back to him, but I'm trying to get some values here now. Like, the first one, in my opinion, is Swift. If you're looking at Swift at 7,900, considering the fact that he's probably going to be the main back, I love that situation. So I'm doing FanDuel, and I'm doing I do a couple of their contests. So I have 14 in play, but I'm entered in their $1 million one. And then there's a $9 one that has $100,000 to first place. And then I got a free entry just because I won and I spent money last week. Daily fantasy is mad fun. I like it because, like, at a certain point in time now, I just fucking watch the games. I don't even like sit there and try to figure out like who's gonna do what. I just kind of just let my guys roll, and I usually pay more attention to my daily lineups because I'm trying to win like a big stack real quick, and then for the weeklies, you really can't change those lineups as much, so you really can't play with it. But I think, like, to me, Leonard Fournette has been studly, like studly. Now, my only issue is that if I keep spending this much on players, I'm not going to be able to get any values. Damian Harris was a monster in his last two games. Who did they play in this week? Oof. Oof. The Chargers aren't good versus the run. Am I correct in this, David? I, I would love to hear your opinion on that. Oh, we know my tight end. Oh, let's look at tight ends just real quick. Because if they're not good versus the run, I may have to take me another Harris week because they give this dude so much volume. 6,800. TJ Hawkinson is at 62. What you've been doing, Hawk? Oof. Hawk started hot but faded fast. Kittle, Brittle Kittle, Dallas Goedert. Dallas had 10 points in his last game. So you got all of your linebackers back. Ooh, that does make it interesting, but you guys are dead last first to run. See, like, and this is another tough one for me. Dallas Goedert or Kyle Pitts. I mean, it's a decent difference between them, but yeah, Kyle Pitts is starting to emerge, so I'm definitely gonna roll with Pitts. Let's grab a defense real quick. Rams versus Houston, Cincy versus Jets. I like Buffalo versus Miami. That's not bad. Bucks versus Saints. That's interesting to me. Things that make you go, I think I want to rock Buffalo, but I don't think it's worth that price. What's the Bucks defense look like? Oh, the Bucks had 21 last week. Yeah, let's do this. Bucks are back. All right, so we got Bucks, we got Pitts. I like Cortland Sutton because I was watching today how they were talking about Washington is dead last versus everything, and they're just a pathetic basically defense right now. And Cortland Sutton has been pretty solid over his last couple of games. You're looking at 6, 21, 19, 9. So there's a good chance he could have a really good game, and him and Teddy, it seems to be building a good rapport. So I just don't know. So running back, Eckler's at 87, but I don't want to spend that much yet. So I need two more wide receivers and a quarterback. So let's look at the quarterbacks. Josh Allen, Hurts, Stafford, Herbert, Tannehill, Sam Darnold, Wentz, Heineke, Wilson, Gino, Lawrence. 15-22, Trevor Lawrence. This is a good matchup for him, though. 31 ranked pass defense, or 27th ranked pass defense, 31st ranked defense overall. 17-22, 15. Let me just see one thing. Where are you at, Jalen Hurts? 23. You've been a monster, Jalen Hurts. You've really been a monster just because of that rushing upside. That is interesting. All right, so let's see if I can snag a wide receiver deal first and then go back to this. 70. I like Godwin this week. Ridley's out. Adams is out. Lockett, Pittman. Okay, Pittman I can roll with. Waddle versus Buffalo. What are you looking at, Waddle? 11, 24, 4. And who are you playing this week? Buffalo. Number one defense. Oh, my God. Yeah, no, wasn't that. Marvin Jones. I think you have. Yeah, Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones. Starvin Marvin. He's active. He had a good game in his first game, man. I'm liking the upside here on T.Y. Hilton. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm trying to snag out some values, and I definitely think that he has a good upside. But then I'm rolling with Pittman and Hilton. So let me just see something here with Pittman. Pittman's been pretty damn solid. I think I'll roll with Pittman over Hilton, even though I do like the Hilton upside, and try and see if I can snag. How's Mooney been? I can't believe how terrible the Bears have been offensively speaking, especially considering what we expect out of a guy like Allen Robinson. I think that's been very, very, very interesting. Buffalo is negative 14.5 points versus the Lions money line. Rams are negative 17. Pittsburgh money line, Bears money line. I think that's interesting. I think that Buffalo should cover. The Rams. Who are the Rams playing again? That's the next thing I got to make sure I start having is the list of these guys up here. So let's go back up to the top. Rams in Houston. Okay, so that makes sense that they're plus 17. That looks pretty good. Pittsburgh money line, Bears money line. Who's Pittsburgh playing? Pittsburgh. Oof, that's a tough game. But Cleveland is hurt, and you're not expecting a good Baker, so I like the Pittsburgh pick there. And then Bears. Who's the Bears facing? Chicago. Chicago's not playing. Oh, Chicago versus San Francisco. Ooh. So you got the Bears beating the Niners. I think that's interesting. I probably take the Niners in that game. I just trust the coaching staff over there too much. I don't think that this is going to be able to Matt Nagy is out. Oh man, that might actually give him a shot to win. But yeah, I mean, you have Jimmy G back. I think that Deebo Samuel's probably has a big game today, and you're looking at him as a monster play, and you're really going to probably want to stay away from the Bears. I just don't trust the Bears. There's nothing about the Bears that's really shown me anything that gives me a reason to feel positive or good about it. Like, I just don't like the Bears. It's just a bad situation. Emmanuel Sanders has been damn good for me, and I have him in season long, so I'm just going to play him. So I got 7,100 for a QB. 71 for a QB. Who would be a QB that I could afford? Oh, don't tell me it's going to put me with. Oh, no. There we go, Trevor. Okay, Trevor. So if I roll with Trevor, I still got 400. This is a little bit of a ballsy pick, but they're not facing a good defense. I'm going ballsy here. People. I got 400 left, but I don't even know where I'd want to upgrade. Maybe Pittman. Let's look at this wide receivers. Pittman would give me a 7,000 type wide receiver. I mean, I could upgrade Pittman for Woods or Keenan Allen, maybe. But Woods, man, Woods scares me. Woods has scared me this season. Washington football team or Denver. I think that's a fucking shootout. Like, or that's a close game. That's a toss-up. That's one of those ones that I kind of just like I would stay away from. Like, I think that the Atlanta Carolina game, I still probably take Carolina in that game. And I don't know if they're the favorite or not, but I think that's an interesting game to pick. I'm just like, oh, that's a tough one because of the fact that I think that's a true toss up, and I don't feel confidently about either team. I guess I would lean Denver over Washington if you put a gun to my head. I take Denver over Washington. I think I take Tennessee over Indiana though, and I don't really think that's as stressful. I think that's a game that I would be picking on too. Tennessee versus Indiana. See, I probably lean towards Sutton because of the fact that we're looking at a Washington defense that is the worst in the NFL, particularly versus the pass. And then if we look, see here the 32nd versus the pass. But then if you look at his numbers, he had one in the first game, but he had 26, 6, 21, 19, and 9. Teddy Bridgewater seems to have good rapport with him, and I think that he could be a value play in this matchup. So that's actually why I'm starting him here over all the other guys. Woods just scares me this season because it's not Jared Goff behind center. It's Matthew Stafford, and they have two complete different playing styles. And as we see, Stafford likes to go a lot more vertical, and he hits Cup a lot going down the field. And I think that hurts Woods because Woods seems to be playing closer to the line of scrimmage as more dump-off passes. We have to see how the play calling evolves, but I lean towards Sutton in this one because Lamb, like you said, damn, Dak might be out. I'm not willing to risk that. PPR running back, David Johnson, Singletary, McKinnon, Rashard Penny. So because of the trade, I would go with David Johnson, even though, it's probably going to be a split between him and Philip Lindsay. I know that they want to bring Rashard Penny back more. And there's a good chance, or there is a chance that the Carson might not come back this season. So I think Penny is a long-term stash. And if you have him and you see him on the wire, definitely stash him. I would play David Johnson. And then McKinnon, I just don't know if he's been good enough to even – I don't even know if he's good enough to roster at this point. Because at the same point in time, I took the same philosophy you had. It's like all the running backs are out. Let's take a look and see. Maybe he could do it because he has good potential. No, McKinnon. Okay, maybe I see that's what's crazy. So I'm not sure. Hold on, let me just pull him up. I just want to pull up his stat line because I love to talk from stats. Nope, running back. Damn, nothing's working here. Okay, come on. Singletary, Homer, J.D. McKissick, Ty Johnson, Roundtree, McNichols, Stevenson, Gallman, Cohen. Sheesh. Your boy is low. I think this even speaks further to the rosterability of McKinnon. Just want to say that. Singletary, I think you have to hold. But honestly, I would probably, if anything, I would be using McKinnon to find someone on the waiver wire who might have more of an upside. I mean, I guess it's a decent hold considering that they are on the backup, and if the backup gets hurt, he becomes a starter. But it's a dicey situation. Last minute out. Yeah. Definitely. But I'd probably lean closer to Johnson on that one. Here's your parlay. The Bills cover. Detroit wins outright. Rams cover. Vikings. I like the Vikings win. Because especially if there's going to be no Dak Prescott, I think that's one where they can't move the line fast enough to cover. Or I mean, you don't even worry about the line because you're taking them outright, but they're probably not the favorites, at least at this point. And then which one was the one you took? Detroit outright. Detroit over Philly. Yeah, I could see this being Detroit's first win. I do think that this could be the game. Philly's nothing really that great. I think it's going to come down to how Jalen Hurts plays. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. 5 to win 500. Yeah, I think you could literally win this one. This one feels pretty solid. I think the one that you're probably most worried about is going to be the Titans game and the Detroit game. I think Rams should cover easy, and I think that the Bills should cover easy, and I don't think Steelers are going to have a hard time with Cleveland, all things considering. But Cleveland has shown some resiliency, so it will be interesting to see how they proceed. But, it is what it is. So I got 400. Oh, you know what? Maybe I could swap out my Ds and upgrade. Quick player replace. So let's see. Yeah, no, that's super good. Okay, let's see. I can upgrade to the 49ers. I could take the 49ers over the Bucks. Well, how's San Francisco's defense been playing? But they are playing the Bears. So, let's do it. Fuck you, Bears. Fuck you. All right. Replace. I'm done. Yeah, baby, baby. So it's 12:40. Got a little bit of time to get ready. Perfection. All right, so I'm going super ballsy because I'm rolling with Trevor Lawrence in this matchup versus Seattle, but I do think that it is a good matchup versus Seattle. I'm rolling with Swift because again, he's going to be the line share of the targets in that offense, and pun was intended in that. And remember, Jamal Williams is out. Leonard Fournette, let's not forget, Lenny has been beasting, and you are not looking at a situation where you're going to have Brown or Gronk. So there's a good possibility he's going to continue dominating. And if they're up early, he's going to be running late. Sutton, like we said, Washington has a horrible defense. He has a lot of upside. Pittman, let's just face it, he's been pretty good. Tennessee hasn't been that good. It's going to be a shootout over there, and I think he's going to get a good amount of targets. Jones, he's giving me a stack in this Jacksonville game. Seattle is in a good defense, and as we saw in his last game, he can make some big plays, and him and Lawrence have a little bit of chemistry. Kyle Pitts, I mean, hey, what can we say? This kid is starting to show his worth, and we have no Calvin Ridley in this game, which is going to give him an opportunity to really start balling out. Emmanuel Sanders has been an absolute monster, and his connection with Josh Allen has been pretty good. It's actually kind of scary for Stephon Diggs and Cole Beasley rosters if you think about how good Sanders has been, and considering most cases you got him off the waiver wire. But there's that. And then lastly, I'm rolling with the 49ers defense over the Bears just because the Bears have been so bad. And let's face it, they're going to be pretty good. Yeah, see, like $10 to win 1K. Like, that's the kind of shit I love. It's like, all right, I'll have a little fun today because you know what? You can win. Like, you have to be in it to win it, as they say. So, that's something we live by. This week, what I'm going to do is, I definitely want to check that out. I'm so into this stuff. Like, once I'm able to start doing like the sports book over here on this FanDuel stuff, it's going to be totally cool because right now we are not here in New York, but it's coming. And once it comes, I'm going to really be having tons of fun on this. But during the week, what I'm going to do is I know that waivers go out on Wednesday. So maybe on Tuesday, you might see me. I'm going to start doing like a waiver wire and like a week breakdown show where we can go over some of the stats from the last week. That'll be a little bit easier, I think, to help build the brand back up. I haven't been as active, but I will be more active going forward. So to anyone that's watching it on any of our platforms, this is live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Come check us out and get ready for a big week. We're going basketball, we're going football, and baseball's almost done. So, me as a heartbroken Yankee fan don't have to look at that shit anymore. Fuck the Braves, fuck the Astros, fuck all that shit. But I hope y'all win this week. Have a great week. And until next time, we are out. Peace.
TDS Blitz, number one fantasy sports show. About to get it poppin' like this. TDS Blitz, represented like that. The dopest fantasy football podcast. This is what you need. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Talking strategies and more. Helping you to win. From player rankings, waiver pickups, and more.